In this short video, I want to show you some unique capabilities of DSM when it comes to packaging and the flagging of script commands. As you can see in this here, you see some script commands are flagged as a machine-based installation and some of them are user-based. When do you need that? If you have machines that are shared between multiple users, like for instance you would see that in server-based computing like Citrix environments where you only have one computer but hundreds of users using the same machine. You would also find it at like front desk where several people share the same machine every day. In those scenarios, you only want to install the software once. You want to copy the files and make changes to the machine once. But then there's always that user environment, that user experience. Like for instance, in Office, you would have your signatures that are user specific. There are some preferences that are user specific. Those are stored in different areas, so-called user profiles, and they pretty much have to be modified for every single user that logs into a machine. To accommodate for that, we actually flag those commands within one script. You can flag the commands machine related. It means that only happens once and then the machine is ready to be used for the software. And the other commands that are flagged on a per user basis will be executed every time a new user logs in. It will only execute the machine related stuff. So the user related stuff for the user, so to make sure that the software is fully usable. If you have roaming profiles, the user-related changes will not be applied if the user logs into a different machine because they move around with that profile, where if the machine portion is missing on the secondary machine, it will just then fulfill the installation by only executing the machine-related things. On top of that, we actually have the flagging where you can actually go in here on the user-related commands and say like, user-related but service executed. What does that do? If a user just has regular rights on a machine and no admin rights, but he needs to do, like in this case, he needs to modify an INI file in a certain location that he doesn't have write access, you can actually flag this as user-related service executed. That elevates the rights in a way that the user resolves the location and the parameters of the command here, but then passes it on to the service for the service to execute it. That's something very unique that you won't find in most of our competitor solutions.